Smooth 98.1 Lagos, Nigeria world. Welcome to the locker room. We've got all the sports you can handle for the next half hour or so. And joining me in the studio, I've got Teka Tiger herself. Good morning.
Good morning. Yes, I'm running away. It's cold. It's always cold here.
Is it?
Yes, and my nose is cold. Good
Can't
morning.
help you. Can't help
Good
you.
morning, Lagos. So today is the D-Day in two cases. The Flamingos face Colombia today for a spot in the finals of the Under-17 Women's World Cup. And today is the day FIA finally tell us what they are going to give Red Bull as punishment.
Nothing.
I wasn't going to say that because over the weekend, so after the race, Haas went to report to people. Haas went to report Alpine for driving with a car that was unsafe. After his accident, his mirror was hanging.
Yeah.
Then it fell off. Then they also reported Sergio Perez because Sergio Perez, his front wing was dangling. Then it also fell off. You know that FIA only punished Alonso.
So they were like, hello.
They reported two people for
You are going to punish them the way you punished us.
So if I were Haas, I'd just be like, if I were Alpine, I'm not taking this punishment. There were two people with dangling parts. How come only one person is being punished? And it's not like Red Bull took the car in and corrected it. Because I remember we were talking about it as this thing was dangling. Then it falls off. And they're like, okay, the car is good now because that's fallen off. Then they're punishing only the appeals. So I'm not very hopeful that Red Bull will get any punishment. In fact, I think it's going to be a slap on the wrist. What I want other constructors to do is that they should overspend next season. Period.
See,
and wait for the slap on the wrist.
I think everybody is just waiting.
Yeah, that's all they need to do. If you have money, Mercedes, I'm talking to you in particular, just overspend.
But the problem is, FIA, nobody can regulate FIA, can they?
No, just wicked. It is them that regulate themselves. So the highest body, you can't take them to cars. There's nothing you can't.
So basically, what it means is that if they now wake up and decide, well, not even wake up, if they just decide, okay, fine, we don't care about the optics anymore. We're going to punish all of you if you try and do this thing of overspending. Nobody is there to stop them.
Then all of them say
people are still going to pay their money to watch the races.
Then all of them says that they are.
By the way, we're not racing.
TV ratings dropped, but all of them say TV ratings is dropped. Attendance.
Oh, it's like with the Russians and
attendance
gymnastics.
Is perfect. Attendance if you go to any F1 race, you'd see the crowd there. But TV viewership has dropped.
The TV viewers like their hearts where they belong. Not pounding out of their chest in anger.
We wait to see how this pans out.
All right then. All right. Okay, let's give you the rundown. And do remember, you can join this conversation up on WhatsApp on 0809 440 981. We're streaming live on youtube.com/smooth981fm Lagos. Make sure you join us up on the live chat section. And you can use the hashtag lockerroom981, which I am pulling up right now up on Twitter. So do it. Go over there. Be a part of the conversation. And what is the conversation, are you asking? I'll give you the rundown right now. So Suns push past Warriors for 135-105 win, and Thompson ejected in the NBA. And for the World Cup, if we can beat USA, we can beat Colombia, says Flamingo star Usani. Whilst no chance that Halep purposely took drugs, according to former coach Darren Cahill. And Benfica and Juve's Champions League hopes. That's the story. So sad. Barcelona out to prove they are better than Bayern, according to Xavi. And Cristiano Ronaldo, the Manchester United forward, returns to group training, whilst Ajax coach urges players to show guts against Liverpool. And Unai Emery admits cold, calculating decision to leave Villarreal for Villa, along with that hefty paycheck that they had to buy him out for.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah, it really is.
At the end of the day, it's just a job, darling. It's a job.
It's a job that pays well. Yeah. I'm not going to lie.
I'm going to say, why would he leave here? They are paying him money. Wouldn't you leave if you had anyone?
I'm telling you. All right, let's take a look at our very first story as we go over to the NBA. And Devin Booker scored 35 points. DeAndre Ayton added 16 points and 14 rebounds. And the Phoenix Suns beat the Golden State Warriors 135-105 on Tuesday night in a game that featured Klay Thompson's first career ejection and 7 technical fouls.
Yes, over 600 games Klay Thompson has played. This is the first one he's been ejected. And it's because he was talking too much. I don't even understand what's wrong with him. So he got into this squabble with Devin Booker, and going back and forth. Referee now gives both of them a technical, and then he turns on the referee. Referee was like, "You want to try me? Go to your locker room and take a quick shower." And that was it. But it wasn't a good game for the Golden State Warriors. This is the game everybody was looking forward to see how the Suns to square up against the Warriors, because that's the battle most people are expecting would be, the conference finals in the playoffs. So you see the Suns square up against Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, and the Suns started out like a house on fire. In fact, for most of the game, Golden State Warriors was chasing the game. I think the only quarter that they really dominated and they won was the second quarter, and then third quarter comes when they're still chasing the game again, and that's how it ended. But it was not a good day, especially for Klay Thompson. Very poor shooting and ended up with only 2 points even before he was ejected. I guess that's where his frustration was coming from. He was 1 of 8 from 3 pointers, and the shots were not going down. He was just getting more angry, so he just took a
Poor
little.
guy.
Devin Booker could have just said, "Why is your shirt lopsided?" And he just took out on it. Yeah, he was frustrated all night. But not a very good shooting night for Warriors, and they have been struggling with shooting in recent times. They've just been able to get over the hurdle. But it wasn't a good game yesterday, and for Phoenix Suns, they were so excited. But like Klay Thompson said, you can win the game, but I got 4 rings.
Oh,
He was like,
power.
why are you pointing at your oh? Yeah, but at the end of the game, they asked Devin Booker what really went on. He was like, "You know what? I really love Klay Thompson. I respect him, but it doesn't mean that we're not going to compete against each other." I'm like, "You're competing against somebody with 4 rings. You need to calm down. Focus on your focus."
So rude.
Don't be doing that kind of competition.
Like, I can't believe you can be snooty on somebody's behalf.
Oh yes, I have all the time.
All right, let's take a look at more now. And Flamingo's defender Miracle Sani has expressed confidence that the team will shock the world by winning the ongoing FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup in India. See, I believe we can get to the final.
I believe too, but one game at a time, my sister. It's when you say things like this that it now becomes the end of the road to you. I mean, before they say
somebody wakes up and they're like, "What was?"
Before they were
happening
saying,
while I
we
was
pray to
sleeping?"
God. We hope that if we do what we can do, we're able to beat. Now you're saying if we beat US, we can beat Colombia. That kind of pride goes before a fall. You need to be humble sometimes. But yes, today is the day, 12 noon, on that cable TV. You can watch the Nigerian take on Colombia, and like I said, on paper, I mean, based on what these girls have achieved, they can beat Colombia and make it to the final. Very important though that they keep their focus, because like I said, the Colombians still have nothing to lose. He that is down needs to fall. They're going to come out. They've already exceeded expectations by getting all the way to the semi-finals. So they're going to come out here and play their best football. And the worst person to fight against is the person that has nothing to lose. So
this is going to be a nail biter.
Yeah, these Flamingos need to be very careful. They need to press. They need to create chances, which they have done. But what is important on the day today is that they finish most of those chances, and they should be able to make it to the final. So I'm very hopeful about this one from the Flamingos. I mean, with this opposition, I just pray that they keep their focus. That's it.
All right, I'm going to take this message from Cruz, who says, I think the FIA is just using all of this for publicity and marketing. I'm certain they've come up with caveats just before next season commences. And Nero Cello says, good luck to our girls today. What's the new FA chairman going there to do? And Barca beating Bayern won't stop them from going down to Europa League.
Oh, well, yeah. So, again, it was tricky. When I heard that the NFF president was going to camp, he went to visit camp, was talking to the girls, they had dinner, and of course, there was some money that was going to be shared. And so there was so much excitement. I was like, Baba, this is not the time to go. These girls have been focusing since.
Keep them hungry, keep them focused.
You've not gone there to do party now. They'll not come here with overconfidence and not beat them. It's not the kind of thing you want them. Again, if the president doesn't go, we'll talk. If he goes, we'll talk. So I don't know which one it is. But he hadn't been there since. Then he goes just before the semi-final. Not a very, I don't know.
I'm focusing on the positive right now. We'll know which way we should have looked towards the
yes.
later on in the day.
Later on in the day, he'll know whether he should have gone or not.
All right, let's move on. All right, and Darren Cahill, who helped Simona Halep to Grand Slam glory, said on Monday that there was, and I quote, no chance, none, zero, that the former world number one purposely took drugs. Now, the Romanian was provisionally suspended at the weekend for taking the banned substance roxadustat after she provided a sample at the U.S. Open.
Yes, so they said they found very minimal amounts in her sample, but it's still banned substance in her sample. And Simona Halep hasn't had a good year either way. She just got married and now she's getting divorced.
I
Yes.
didn't know that.
Yes.
No.
That marriage
Wow.
did not make a
Whiplash
year.
marriage.
Yeah, it did not make a year.
Oh.
And then she had a surgery. She said she had breathing problems. She had the surgery. Then she now said, you know what? While I'm having this surgery, I might as well have a nose job. So people came at her for that. Like, why are you having a nose job? And then she's taking the rest of the time out of the season only for them to bring back her US sample. And she's been caught with banned substances. So yeah, I totally understand. She's one of those very professional people. She come across as those with integrity, very clean and all. And again, because they keep saying that the trace amount was very minimal, I'm thinking that she must have taken something that was not in itself banned, but that contained something else. So it's a really crazy thing for her to have all of this happening together all at once. She said she's going to fight to prove her innocence. I'm just saying, if they saw it there, they saw it there. So you better check what you did. You eat apple bar? What did you eat? And there's something. It came from somewhere. So if there's trace amounts in it, then she has to have an explanation for it. But yeah, I like the fact that Derek Kennedy, he was a coach for maybe 6 to 7 years, so he will know. And he said she's one of those people that, if she's not
Stresses,
sure,
man.
yeah, if she's not sure about it, she will not take it. It's not because if you say maybe, she's not taking it. So for this to happen to her, really, really tough moment for her.
But man, I really feel for these artists, athletes. From time to time, when you think about all that they have to go, that goes into anything that they put into their body, because they have to look at the list of ingredients and be like, what is this?
Those
what
tiny
is that
prints,
one? Yeah,
they have to look at it because this is different from Sharapova's own. Sharapova was taking Maldonado. That one, they sent an email. They sent several emails. It was posted on their website. This substance is no longer to be taken, and she was that one is different. That one is very different. This one is traceable, so it could have been in something that one supplement that she took, and if she didn't read that small print, that's it. Worry.
Man. Wow. Jeez, okay. Let's take that break. I'm just going to mourn Simona on my end, and then we'll be back with more right here inside the locker room. Make sure you keep on sending your messages into 0809 440 981 for WhatsApp, and using the hashtag lockerroom981 on Twitter, and of course going up on the live chat on youtube.com/smooth981fm. Lagos is part of the locker room. Was brought to you by Bet King. Keep it tuned for the next part.
I think I pulled something yesterday during Pilates. I stopped halfway. Just here.
What were you doing?
They said stretch it and do small circles. So I stretch it.
Did you have to point or flex?
They said point. They said they wanted pointing and do the circle.
Yeah.
And I was doing the circle. I think it's here. I stopped.
Was your leg straight?
Yeah.
On your old.
I don't know. I stopped doing it, child.
Because that sounds like you did it right. You sound like you got your form right.
So they said, yeah, you just.
They say your body was just protesting.
So I just ended the video there. I was like, this flat tummy must not happen this way. So explaining me now.
So, what's it called? You know, when I was like really at my fittest, that was when I got all my injuries. I was like, this doesn't make sense. See, doesn't make sense.
Right.
You don't have torn rotator cuff, fracture in your wrist.
So there has to be some form of exercises that you can do without hurting anything.
Oh yeah, water exercises, because the water.
I am not a mommy water. It's not happening.
You don't have to be.
I'm not entering the water for any reason. Even if you
don't
pay
have
me,
to be.
I'm not entering the water. I don't care how much you pay me. I'm not entering the water.
Wow, you're a water denialist.
I don't want.
Wow. I'm just saying, that's the what like elderly people do in the water. It's because it's very low stress. So that's why my dad does his stretches and everything in the water.
I'm not doing. You
Okay,
should give
well,
me another one.
you asked, I answered. Next will be do anti-gravity chamber and be doing the exercises there. I don't know what else to tell you.
If not, this belly go big. They can nothing. I will just sew bigger clothes.
Cruz says, Cruz says, Tiger, keep to the focus, man. The goal, the flat tummy, is very important.
My friend, get out of there.
Oh wow, we're back already.
Before you know it, I'll be tearing a calf like a varan. And I'm not even being paid some good money.
Cruz is laughing. All right, we're back. Oh god, where did we stop? Halep. We stopped at Halep.
Yeah.
Studio. All right, coming back in with your messages. This one in from Taya says Barcelona should stop this optimism and accept the L in Europa. I laugh at Thomas Muller arriving in Spain to inflict pain.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, Lewy, we are coming." I was like, "You're coming to just make his life worse. Stop saying it as if you're coming to bring excitement to his life." But hey.
And Chris has been sending messages up on WhatsApp. Yeah, see them all, and kudos to you. Remember, you can also use the hashtag LockerRoom981 on Twitter to get your thoughts in. And Tyre up on WhatsApp says, so Pogba will potentially square up against Manchester United and Arsenal's Pogba Jazz. No, Arsenal and Pogba's Jazz man needs to chill. He's down too much. Okay.
I don't get
I'm
that.
not sure.
I know what it means. Juve has crashed out of the Champions League. So let's take that story.
Moving on. All right. Here it is. Okay. So Benfica's Rafa Silva scored 2 superb goals as they edged Juventus 4-3 in a thriller at Estadio La Luz on Tuesday to seal a place in the knockout stages of the Champions League and end the Italian Cup's chances in this year's competition.
Exactly. But Juve's problem didn't start today. It started a while back, and essentially against Maccabi Haifa was the team that they should have beaten to just give them a hope of staying in the Champions League. But they come against a Benfica side that are playing very well, top of the table in Portugal, and haven't been beaten in a while at their home stadium. So it was a tough one for Juventus side that was struggling to get any results, to go in there and get a result. However, they're feeling confident on the fact that they had won 2 games in the Italian Serie A back to back. So they're like, okay, we scored 4 goals in our last match. We're on a high. If we can score 4 goals, we can score 1 or 2. Then they get to Benfica and they're 4-1 down before they know it. They're like, hey, what's happening here? I think what's even more ridiculous is the fact that, Allegri and the board keep saying, Allegri's in charge. Put this guy under pressure. Even Aston Villa sacked Steven Gerrard. I mean, I don't know what you are waiting for. Didn't need this amount of games. But yeah, horrible performance. Then, towards the end of the game, of course, Benfica took their foot off the accelerator. Juventus were able to score 2 more goals to make it 4-3, but they were never able to complete the comeback. So yes, they are out of the Champions League and they are going to Europa. So Paul Pogba, who thought maybe when he moved to Juventus that he'd be playing in the Champions League, moved to Juventus to continue in Europa. Sorry, my darling. Some things just follow some players.
Yeah. All right, and let's take a look at this next one now, because Barcelona will be eager to show everyone that they're better than rivals Bayern Munich when the 2 teams face off in the Champions League on Wednesday, manager Xavi Hernandez said.
I don't know what Xavi is smoking, but
Wow.
I'm sorry. How can you say that they're better than Barcelona? On their best days, they were still not better than Bayern Munich. On their best days, with Lionel Messi in their team, they were still losing to Bayern Munich. How dare he dream this kind of delusion? Anyways,
we're all about dreams, aren't we?
Please, this one is not a dream. He needs to wake up. But whatever it is, but yes,
I like the way you approach.
I think they will come out and try. They will come out and try again because Bayern Munich, haven't had the best of seasons, most convincing of seasons. Let me say this. But every time Bayern Munich meets Barcelona, it's like they use Barcelona to remind themselves of who they are. If they're feeling down, they're feeling low, they're feeling not so pretty, they're feeling like it's a bad headache, just give them Barcelona and Bayern will feel better again. So they're going to come here and feel better. You could see the players were in high spirits, they're coming into town knowing that they've met the team that they can guarantee that they will beat. So it's a tough ask.
You know what? I hope that Xavi will that Barcelona. I hope
if Xavi, if Barcelona beats Bayern Munich today, that's not an upset. That's a miracle.
Miracles
that's miracle of walking on water proportions.
Exist.
No, in fact, no. It's miracles of Lazarus proportions. That's the dead came out of the grave after this.
This will become a prayer point because I just want you to. It's a prayer point for me now.
This is a prayer point for you.
Yes.
You should have prayed last night because it's tonight that is happening. All I can say is that it's going to be a tough ask. Look, okay, it's football. Anything can happen. But it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be a miracle of Lazarus proportions for Barcelona to beat Bayern Munich. But I'll be glad to witness it. I like to say miracles too.
So we can't. I mean, I'm not going to say anything because of the last time I said something. I'm not saying anything.
Okay, you don't want.
Don't make this a phone call point. So before they now come out on Team Tiger.
Let's take some messages.
We'll go to the messages. Thank you very much. This one in from Jesse, who says, after 7 years, Jurgen Klopp was sacked. Tuchel took over again. After 7 years at Dortmund, Klopp was again sacked. Tuchel took over. Today, after 7 years at Liverpool, Klopp will be sacked because he will lose against Ajax. Guess who is out of a job since? Thomas Tuchel. Wow,
I like that.
Really done this mathematics.
You've done your homework. Yeah.
Okay. And Chimal B. Victor says, Barcelona, welcome to the Europa League. Not even Chopin's analysis will stop them from joining my darling Arsenal in the Europa League. And for Maras, he should stop taking penalties. This guy just scatters people's tickets last night. I don't
understand. It's the way he keeps stepping up on Pep Guardiola. It's like, yeah, let him take a miss again. Anyways.
Okay, this one in from Cruz. He says, I want to believe Xavi, but my belief just ain't strong enough. I've accepted that Europa is our next adventure. Yesterday, I was hoping we had more big teams joining Barca in Europa. Unfortunately, Real's loss yesterday was inconsequential.
Yeah, it's of no consequence. They've already done their job, which is why I'm sure
none of you know miracles.
Ancelotti left.
I'm not saying they're better. No, Ike. I'm not saying that Barca are better than Bayern. I'm just saying that miracles do exist. Happen.
Yeah, that's what she said. Okay. She didn't say they're better. She's praying for a miracle.
I know that there's a difference between wishful thinking and seeing reality. Right? Calm down.
She's praying for a miracle.
I'm just saying that prayer works. He's
a miracle working God.
Thank you. Go to Sunday school. That's what we need to do. All right. And Emma from Lagos says, Tega, when Barcelona beat Bayern hope you'll start trekking to Sweden.
Why? Why am I trekking to Sweden? I'm from Nigeria. Why am I trekking to Sweden?
Wait, why Sweden? I really want to know now. Madrid have now been roundly beaten. Mahrez needs to come and bath in Babbage. Yeah. And Biggie from K2 says, Tega, now for you cannot give Barca small hope. Shaq can't wait to see Barca and Juventus play in Europa. At least it will be interesting. One goat in the Champions League and one in Europa.
You know.
So all right. Okay. Yeah. Let's do that. And let's talk about Cristiano Ronaldo because he's returned to group training. He's been let out of isolation, back with group training after being ordered to train alone last week by manager Erik ten Hag.
Erik ten Hag has said, I am the goat here. Inside this place.
Goat, Mimi. You know what? I respect him. So much. He was like, you think you're all that?
I think what is more important for me is that nobody from the board is putting their mouth inside this matter. And again, it comes down to the fact that Erik ten Hag is getting the result. Because I guarantee you, if Erik ten Hag were losing games back to back and he was not playing Cristiano Ronaldo, they will tell him his life story. But this problem happened after he'd beaten Tottenham, one of the alleged informed teams in the EPL. So there's not much. You can only stand at the corner and say, he's disrespecting Cristiano Ronaldo. But there's not much you can really do to hurt him because he's winning. So I think that's where all of this confidence is coming from. But the fact that Cristiano Ronaldo has had to train in isolation, and then he's coming back into the team. Now, will he start tomorrow's match? Will he feature in tomorrow's match? We don't know. Because Eric Ten Hag looked like the kind of person that can be very vindictive. You know, he looks like that kind of guy that will just show you Pepe just to show you. So I don't know if he's going to start, but the fact that he's already training with the first team is good news to show that at least the manager is still considering him.
All I know is that he needs to he and that bench are going to be bosom buddies after all of this drama.
I just if he shows a bit of contrition, like if the manager says give me 100 push-ups and he does 150, the manager could say, okay, he has shown some good growth in training, maybe I should feature him. So I think that's what we're waiting to see. Yeah.
All right. Just checking up on youtube.com/smooth981FM Lagos before you guys come and say anything. Okay, so real quick, let's talk Ajax, because Ajax Amsterdam's coach Alfred Schroeder wants his players to rely on their self-belief so that they can overcome Liverpool in the Champions League today and keep alive their slim hopes of advancing to the knockout stage. Self-belief.
Yes, so this is the group that Napoli is running riot. Sorry. Napoli has run riot. It's not that they are running, they have already run riot. Thrashed Liverpool, thrashed Ajax. Really tough group to catch up. So the place that most people are fighting for is that second spot. Now Ajax have to defeat Liverpool by 2 clear goals to make it through. And Liverpool are not in their best place right now. They look like they were coming good, after beating Manchester City, but they lost to Nottingham Forest.
Oh gosh,
Nottingham Forest.
Well, so, you think you've forgotten, and then
over the weekend. So they haven't also been doing very well. They haven't been convincing this season. Hence the message from Jesse that was talking about the 7-year curse that people say Klopp has. And they say that because they've seen it happen to him in different clubs. Now it's 7th year in Liverpool and it's not looking really pretty for him. So it's going to be a tough one for Ajax.
But you started rewriting his contract, by the way. Just you keep me for 8 years at minimum.
No, I'll take a 6-year contract and live on a high. since the curse comes in the 7th year, just take a 6-year contract. But yeah, it's going to be a tough one for Ajax because they have to beat this Liverpool side by 2 clear goals. And they're facing a Liverpool side that also want to prove a point and also want to qualify for the next round. So if you're watching any match today, except you want to laugh at Barcelona, you should be watching Ajax Liverpool because that's where the battle will be. That's where the fight will be.
All right, and we are done with the locker room for this Wednesday morning. There's more to come on Friday. You can point all you want to.
Please just read that message.
Okay, Olufemi says, while Cristiano Ronaldo should be blamed for his tantrums, it should be stated that Eric Ten Hag is not treating one of the game's all-time greats well. He should have been sold when he wanted to leave in the summer. Ike, I see you typing. I'm not reading. Thank you and goodbye.
I'm tired of saying this thing. Nobody could buy Cristiano Ronaldo.
Tega, we're done. Make sure you find her up on Twitter. She is at Tega Supreme, and we are done, but not for the week. Come again on Friday, 8:15. The locker room will be open.
You're just taking our time. Anyhow. Nonsense. We won't come again. All of us will not come again.
Okay. I know what I did yesterday.
All right. Goodbye and God bless.
I know what I did yesterday.